I'm not going to go on about the shootings that occurred while we were away because, you know, everyone has said everything there is to say. And by the way, nothing ever happens as a result of these shootings. I mean, when Gabby Giffords got shot in the head, you know, I was screaming and yelling what had to be done. But, you know, the National, the Gun Association, whatever, the NRA.
National Rifle
Association is so strong and powerful, I guess, that everyone's sort of paralyzed when it comes to legislating. And, you know, a lot of people are tweeting me, Howard, don't you want to say something about all of this? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'll make it brief. It's fucking unbelievable to me. And I use the F word because of my outrage. I mean, it's so sad. These little kids, and you know, what are you going to say? It's awful. It's awful. It's beyond comprehension. If your kid goes to school one day and you get a call from the school saying some jerk off came in and shot everyone up. Now, I have been against assault weapons. These rapid fire weapons being in the hands of the public. Now, I know some gun people say we need these guns. That's what separates our society from other societies, and that if the government goes out of control, the people will have weapons, and blah, 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 blah. You know, I've heard all that shit. And I know some guys have said, you know, we have a right to guns and sport and all that. But what sport is there in these weapons fire so rapidly that if you're using them for sport, I mean, where's the sport? No animal's going to stand up to that kind of hunting. I mean, you're just spraying bullets all over the place.
And can you really eat an animal with that many bullets?
Yeah, right. Like I ate a deer killed by Uzis. I bit into like 15 bullets.
You're constantly spitting out pellets.
The chef had pulled most of the bullets out of the venison, but it was almost impossible. I mean, really, what sport are you involved in that you need to shoot an Uzi? You know, I'm not anti-gun. I do have guns in my home. So I'm not one of these people who's completely against guns and owning guns. Having a gun gives me a certain amount of comfort, especially with all the nut jobs in the world. But assault weapons, really? I don't see it. And really, to me, the only really meaningful thing that can come out of this is a ban on assault weapons. And the second thing is, and this is the saddest part, this mom who, you know, had this whack job at home with her.
Yes.
There's a lot of parents out there who have mentally ill kids, and they just can't afford help. And they even know their kids are probably a danger to society. They've seen weird behavior from these kids, that they're violent, that they talk about this kind of stuff. A lot of people know. You can identify people who are having real mental health issues. And they have made calls,
Howard.
Yes.
But they get no answer.
So my plea is, or my thought on this is, and of course it's going on deaf ears because it always does, that really it's a mental health issue as much as it is a gun issue. That people cannot afford. We have so many mentally ill people. We don't know what to do. We're overwhelmed. And the only legislation that I would really be in favor of, beside a ban on assault weapons, is some way to pump funds, public funds, rather than war.
Well, now you're talking about something that a whole group of people, a whole party will say, no, right. We can't afford that.
Well, that's the thing. But I think we could afford it if we changed our priorities. I don't know how much stronger our military has to be. I don't know if, you know, how much foreign aid we have to give to fucking Egypt. Maybe we do. I don't know.
Yeah, because like it seems like most of the people are crazy over there.
Yeah. Let them all blow each other up. But, you know,
but they don't stay home. They blow us up.
You know, the war on drugs. How about a war on crazy people? Where we
don't want to have a war on crazy people. We want to help them.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you.
But, I mean, it's, you know, the war on drugs, fuck it. You legalize marijuana, take all the money, and put it into great mental health facilities in this country.
Resources.
Yeah, let's make
a
direct...
these families, yeah.
A direct thing. We're legalizing marijuana tomorrow, putting a tax on it, and that tax goes to building these incredible mental health facilities where we can... I don't want to say lock up, but we can detain and help people. Because there's nowhere to put these crazy people. They give them right back to
we have
parents.
people pushing people onto subways.
Yeah.
We have, you know, people hitting people in the head with bricks. It's not only guns.
And a lot of these people are identified. So there's my rap on that, okay? That's it. I'm not going to bore you.
I've always been opposed to trying to go the gun route because, quite frankly, if a person wants an assault rifle and they're not going to harm anybody with it, that's fine.
No.
Legislating, for the few and affecting the many is always a wrong thing to do.
So start with my mental health idea.
Right. I like the idea of let's start really delving into how to help the mentally ill.
Right. Start with me. Help me.
Help.
Lord knows I need it.
But, a lot of these people do know that they have a problem on their hands, but some don't. Because, this is their little baby. And they just can't imagine them doing something like this.
What up, Gary?
You know what? I get into a lot of discussions with people about this, and it get almost heated, and maybe because we've been through so much censorship. And the first thing a lot of people were all about was we have to get rid of video games. This is all about video games. And I was like, I know that there are video games that have some violence in them,
right?
But you sold 300 million copies of Call of Duty, right?
Right.
And one person,
Duty.
But it always reminds me of the Judas Priest thing. Remember when those guys said...
Yeah, I know. That's all horseshit.
But it makes me crazy that people are always looking for something specific to blame
that's
immediately.
Bullshit. It's mental illness.
That's what it's mental illness.
Right, because 10 million people can watch it and nothing happens.
I've already solved the problem. We're legalizing marijuana. We're taking all the money and locking people into facilities. Okay?
But how come
why discuss it?
That's true.
I've solved the problem.
Yeah.
Why do you think there is no answer to mental illness and just you lock them up? Because that always goes bad.
They're going to get treatment. They're going to get treatment. They're going to get cured.
Eventually Geraldo shows up with a camera, and then you close down the mental facility.
No. I'm going to invent a cure. With all that marijuana money. just don't worry, Robin. I got it covered. Vote for me. I'm running with Jesse Ventura. 2016. I'll see you then.
All right. Let's get the move. Let's get the campaign started.
You see these guys who always do it. They're like these sort of outcast, nerdy types. Why don't we take the nerdiest kids in high school and make them like homecoming king or prom king, and then maybe they wouldn't feel so bad about themselves and they wouldn't shoot everyone up. Make them popular. When you see mentally ill people, make them popular.
Just make them the member of the group.
Yeah, let the girls blow him.
Take him in.
Yeah, oh my God, I got to go out with him. He's the prom king. And then there wouldn't be so many school shootings. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. And what is that whole thing that gun... people want to deport Piers Morgan because he said something about...
Yeah, what did he say?
I don't know. I just keep reading. The gun nuts want to deport Piers Morgan. Like, that's their answer. Anyway, I don't know. I got to take a break, and then maybe we should do the Bobo thing.
All right, because I really want to see that.
What is it, Hansi? Hansi?
Yo, what's going on, Howard?
Hey, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, no, thanks for the call on New Year's, by the way. But, you're talking about mentally ill people, right?
Yeah, Hansi's mentally ill.
Yeah, I know. See, this is perfect because now you can target someone like me and go, oh, look, Hansi's going to kill people. But you see, I can't kill people, Howard, because I'm not funded by the government. You see, these things are done by the government, funded by them.
How many guns do you own?
I don't own guns, and the gun amendment was put in not for hunting, like everyone else is trying to put propaganda against. It was
the guns were put into the reason for the Second Amendment is so that the public would be able to form a militia.
Exactly, and that's why they're trying to take away your guns. How come it's never been questioned how the car is registered to someone else who's a sex offender, by the way, and the kid was autistic? And they
by the way, that's another thing we could do. Like if somebody's, kind of mental, like a Hansi, they should have like when you like the checking, they don't check anybody's background.
Okay, no, see,
like we should like if Hansi walks in, make sure he doesn't get a gun.
Okay,
but this kid didn't even buy the gun. It was in his home.
I know, but we should be able to flag some of these people, like a Hansi. Hansi, what are you, by the way? What are you diagnosed?
What, are you going to tattoo him?
Yeah, like his forehead. Like no gun for this fucking idiot.
If you want to check for mentally ill people, you can look inside show business, in your government, of people who've hit...
What exactly are you?
No, hold on a second.
No, I mean, what is your diagnosis?
Before you put me in this whole propaganda...
No, Hansi, what is your diagnosis?
Okay, no, let me explain.
No.
Answer the question.
First.
What?
how can you say, oh, it's innocent about like 20 kids dying, but like you condone like 100 million Muslim kids dying over some stupid fucking war that you know is bullshit?
All right. Just tell me, what are you? What is your diagnosis?
Oh well, I'm not saying because you already know, and you know.
I really don't.
No, you know the whole mental illness thing.
We know, but we want you to tell the audience.
I'm trying to get you help, Hansy. I'm not trying to do anything else.
Howard, there is no help because you know what? You're mentally ill, and you're going to always be mentally ill. You can pretend to be.
All right. But what are you?
They say I'm bipolar, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, right? Oh, Hansy's going to get guns, obviously, or something like that. The kid was autistic, by the way. So how can an autistic kid go in and kill 20 little kids? And
it doesn't mean every autistic kid's going to kill kids. It just means that a lot of people knew he was in serious trouble. Maybe we could have had a facility where he could help. People can't afford good mental health. You know how much it costs? I got to get out of this.
How are you arguing with Hansy? See, this is what happens with people in the mentally ill. People start arguing with them like they're going to make sense to them.
Yeah, Hansy, I don't want to argue with you. You're mentally ill.
You're the biggest puppet in the world. Stop bojangling off Howard's nuts all the time. Wait, hold on. Howard, what's it called? They interviewed someone who babysitted him. His mother never let him alone anywhere. You mean tell me
I know.
You put 20 guns that weren't even used?
No, I'm saying he like a lot of people knew he was mentally ill. Like maybe if it had been easier for him to get help, it could have, they could have prevented this.
Okay.
That's what I'm after.
How about the government not being
That's why I'm legalizing pot and taking the money and making better facilities.
Exactly. See, you're just pushing me over and not letting me even get my point out.
All right. I don't think there is a point.
No, there is a point. And that's
you don't even have a point.
You want me to be this...
No, all right. What's the point?
That what's it called? That half these serial killers are MK Ultra program killers who are... Hello?
Yeah,
we're still here.
Listening.
And it's been this way from the beginning of time.
Oh, okay. All right, now I get it. All right, thank you.
Yeah, okay, fine. Go push your wars. Go push your wars about how, and then you guys won't care when like.
All right, I'm out of there. Does he ever have a point?
I'm sure in his world, he made 50.
Meanwhile, I want to get him help. I want Hansy in the best facilities possible.